Karen at Bloomberg, etc. And actually, we don't watch any of the
Hi, good morning.
or Fox or any of that. And
It's 9:22 Colorado time. I'm currently listening to a video by Shift is Happening TV, and the title of the video is Creating the Reality of the Global Currency Reset, number 1 of 3. So this is the kind of thing that I listen to. You can mute it if you don't care to.
So what we're going to do in the next 45 minutes or so is probably
so now,
a bit of an outline of some of the concepts
here we go.
that we talked about.
You tell everybody who you know.
Yes, we'll do a bit of an intro. Then we also
Appreciate y'all being here.
Creating a unified field.
I have my GoPro camera set up to take photos every 60 seconds.
For what you want, hopefully. That's why we're all here, and if you're not, leave.
I had some grits this morning for breakfast.
Okay, and
Rice grits
I know
that I
was
made
just gonna say, that's
on my
his
own
clearing,
in a coffee
one
grinder
of his clearing voices.
by putting
You're
rice in the
not
grinder
piercing
and
these, our
shaking it
Outta
up on
here.
an extra
Okay.
fine.
So the purpose
2
of
times.
this
Came out real well.
reset,
It works
activate.
real well every
So
time.
claiming it and
Okay,
claiming
so
activating it. So if you have been engaging with this, if you've been engaging with this currency reset for
and again,
any
I'll be looking at the
time,
screen
so I'll just say
often
for me,
because
it's been
this is
almost
where
4
the
years.
image is
I got involved
that I'm
and
getting
started
this
engaging
fella
with it
from.
December 2010. And oh my gosh,
Oddly
what a
enough, I
roller
can't show you the
coaster
image
it's
at this time,
So
but I'll figure something out.
one of the things that we're here to do today is to
Photo of
engage
my camera.
you in an experiential way to begin setting the stage experientially, which is what Scott was saying, clearing the field and then activation. If you haven't experienced an activation, then I would say you're kind of in for an opportunity for a treat, for expansion, for
something that may shift your paradigms.
And in addition to that, what we also want to really bring forth and call forth and bring to the forefront are thoughts, emotions, and how you are engaging with the reality of creating this new earth reality, which the tipping point is this currency reset. And so as we engage with this currency reset, we're actually, I'm going to ask you right now to check yourself and see how you're engaging with it. Are you in waiting mode? Are you in wish mode? Are you in hope mode? Energetically, these are not set to actually claim this reality. And so the really helpful thing here is, for us anyway, is that with the years of my ability to have telepathic communication with my higher self, with other people's higher self, as well as with guides that we work with, and you're going to hear us refer to guides, because we are working with a strategy with non-physical beings to support humanity in basically crossing the finish line first of this global reset, so that we all have the abundance of resources, money, and all of the abundance that we may have been experiencing or lack of. As we move into this first show, and the reason that we did it, we're doing this as at least a 3-part series, is to have people engage. We're going to actually give you homework. If you choose to proactively engage, we're going to give you homework so that when you leave the show today, you have different ways of engaging and also different ways of engaging people and enrolling people. Because we're going to talk about our beliefs. We're going to talk about this beliefs. This roller coaster, this journey with this global currency reset has been, I think, a test for a lot of us to see where our beliefs are and how much we can even handle in regards to
if you've been experiencing what we refer to as either matrix loop or groundhog day, and if you're tired of it, then what we're here to do today is to really support you with what we've been working behind the scenes with evidence that it's actually working. And we're going to share some of that here today. And then basically unify the thousands of people, should you be willing, to engage with this, that it is a claimed reality. All right, so if this is resonating with you, we actually can't see the chat from where we're at. So if this is resonating with you, yeah, okay. Bear with us, because you know what? Doing live broadcasts, and we actually did test a bunch of things. And when I was doing this show a couple of years ago, and I was doing live, you kind of have to deal with the technology in the moment. And so we can test it as much as we want. And then, of course, since this is live, it's over the internet, and you just kind of learn to go with the flow. So, and that was a little bit challenging for me, also because being, one of the things in my background is I was in the entertainment industry for 16, 17 years, and actually get to say that I'm an award-winning producer. But, and one of the reasons that I even share that is because what I do and what we're going to be talking to you about can actually be could be considered woo-woo, and it gets into the multidimensional realms and into the unseen.
And I don't know why people use woo-woo as a description into the esoteric, the metaphysical.
It's really one of the reasons I do.
It's not woo-woo, it's just a different form of science and technology.
All right, how are we doing?
Well, let's do it.
Okay.
Sadly, not enough people
So, if you
are aware
if
of.
you've been engaging, let's go back and actually just talk a little bit about the currency reset. Mm-hmm. We're not going to get into a lot of the details. That's not what this is about, but we will share some of the details at this point, because if you haven't been following it, there's actually some really epic things occurring. And it would really be good for you to have some identity with what is unfolding. It's global, and we're at a tipping point, and I don't think we've ever experienced anything like this. So, what would you like to share?
Well, yeah, like I said, we're not going to get into the nuts and bolts.
Okay, so I hear about this global currency reset from numerous sources. This just happens to be a newer one. Let's see what their information is.
I will, yeah, I think in a minute, but I think for the people for the currency reset, let's just talk about some of the different other things that have occurred. I mean, with the different countries, the Shanghai Gold Exchange. There's okay, so I'll get into it. Okay, you're okay. Scott, actually, even though I have a technology background, he's technology whiz. So he's getting us actually online on live stream, so we can engage with the instant messaging. And also a dear friend of ours and part of our spiritual is programming instant messaging with you guys as well.
Be working in this direction.
Some of the things that I just wanted to mention is that in the background, there are some really epic things that are coming, and it is not necessarily being
thanks for
in some of the mainstream news is
being here during my learning process. Turn the camera here on.
And one of the reasons I'm going to what we're going to be talking about is how we are used to create that manufactured reality. Our DNA, we'll get into the science of it next show, in the next couple of shows, our DNA, if you can even engage with the possibility, what if, and this is science, our DNA is like a transmitter that broadcasts energy, frequency, information. What if, by us engaging in the waiting, the hoping, and the wishing, we're actually contributing to the reality of the waiting, hoping, and wishing that this has occurred. So I'm just gonna let you sit with that.
I was gonna say that was it.
Because that's just one of the things. And this is not about making anybody wrong. This is really just about awareness and then engaging with the tools, energy, and the frequencies that we are claiming a different reality and bridging ourselves with that reality collectively, because we
That's
are
right.
in this together. Okay, so I shared a little bit about
Conscious
that,
intentions create our
I'm gonna actually
reality.
share a little bit more, and then I asked Scott, actually, so maybe why we're even a little bit, we were kind of a little bit late getting around it. I asked Scott just before we started, would you please share something that he wrote this morning that is about the first elements of his sharing his transformation since we met. And so I'm gonna ask you to read that, but let me just share a little bit, give them a little bit more background. So without going into a lot of details, because some of the details are on the website, what I will say is that yes, my background was
There's a closer view of the piece so far.
I'm thinking I was in a car, and what shooting campus, when it was just after MTV had launched. In '87, I was in a very powerful personal development seminar, and I had an experience of a transition of information come through as if somebody was putting me.
And here we go with glare again, huh? Maybe
I
that's
had never experienced it before. The information that was provided to me basically was sharing with me what I was here to do, why I was in the entertainment industry, why I was in this personal development seminar, having these experiences of aha and awakening, etc. And how I was going to utilize the media to support people in having these ahas and these awakenings. And so what I want to go into all the details that transpired and why I got out of that end of the entertainment industry, the roadblocks, and then years of interference, which is a big reason why it doesn't actually clear the field before we do the activation. And it's one of the foundational tools that we engage with is supporting people in clearing the field of obstruction, external energies, programs, all sorts of things. But what transpired is my telepathic abilities opened up. And basically, in 2010, the reasons I won't get into here, the veil was pulled back. Mostly was stemming from my being on this journey for so long, and seeing so many of the light workers who were engaging in the transformation being broke, being out of money, being, when I say broke, I mean out of money. People who have been successful back in the 80s and 90s and here in 2010 were basically in survival mode, me included. So I was basically in a, excuse my language, in a basically what the fuck moment. The veil was pulled back. I was given very detailed information throughout the night. And this is what really opened the door for me to work with those guides that I work with, Archangel Michael, Metatron, and me. He's like other beings that are here to support humanity, but for reasons that I'm not going to get into now, haven't really actually been able to support humanity in a really powerful way. That's all changing. What is important, though, is the telepathic communication has given us information, creating the unified field, and then working with the sacred geometry and different aspects of our reality and to bridge dimensional information. So, what Scott is going to share is his journey.
Okay, let's see how this works.
We met, Scott showed up in Mount Shasta, December 2013, and he was very different.
There's lines coming down the screen now.
And he was
See
definitely
them right there.
supporting humanity in a way that we dealt with a lot of documents.
Yep.
And different groups that were trying to break through the deception reality. Going about it almost like in
Don't like that.
way you think you get some results.
Yep.
And also not very, his heart was very shut.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so if you would see.
Okay. I feel like a newsreader here.
That's actually not too bad.
When you read it to me, so.
Now I'm backwards.
Okay, so
The way I'm working.
bear with me as I go through this.
I can adjust.
But I think it'll give a good
That's what it's all about.
background to the material that
It's about adjusting.
Okay, so this was the newsletter that I wrote out to the subscribers of my website, Truth-Now.
We're stuck.
It's basically, been the first newsletter for over a year. So, sorry. Here we go. If you
Okay,
follow
back
the
to my
progress of the
image.
information I presented on my website,
Thank you.
Truth-Now.net, you will have seen the vast number of issues facing people in Australia and worldwide with regard to banking and government. What is perhaps worse is that our individual right to question these institutions is denied. Just try asking about the name on the outside of an envelope from a bank or government department. And if you can't question what's on the outside, what are your chances of being able to question what's on the inside? Many others have more thoroughly researched the issues surrounding the creation of a legal entity and the subsequent loss of rights when people are forced to act as that legal entity, or at the very least conned into acting as it without any disclosure of the consequences. I'm no longer going down that path. I saw that our individual rights were denied. Questioning of banks or governments was futile. Now, a quote from The Matrix. Morpheus says, "The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us, even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes." Neo says, "What for?" Wives, that you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, into a prison that you cannot see, taste, or touch. A prison for your mind. I went on. The reams and reams of paperwork sent to banks and governments did little in the big picture. I believe it was valuable in helping opening the eyes of some. I know of one banker who couldn't go back to work upon learning about the nature of the system. What I appreciate now is how pervasive that system really is. Those who receive correspondence from me ultimately face a choice. Do I question the nature of the organisation I work for? Do I question
The show
do I jeopardize my life
from last night was a good show.
or do I just follow procedure?
Many people were there.
It was not until
Viewed
I went over to Mount Shasta
many
in
photos.
2013 to spend time
I was told that mine was in and out of the judging
I
process.
was only going to be
One
there
of
for a
mine.
month and I ended up staying there for 3. And now look where I am. Okay, so a little bit of background about Deb, which she just mentioned. Deb received a transmission of information during the personal development seminar back in 1987. A communication that came like someone was speaking as if they were right next to her, waiting her to a bigger picture. For the cunning telepathic communication abilities, things were different back then. People were being introduced to the law of attraction. They were seeing results. Masara was moved to be renounced. It was all happening. All that changed dramatically in 2001, the year of 9/11. Channeled messages began to look like recorded messages, saying the same things over and over again, and nothing really changed. From my arrival in Mount Shasta with Deb, we tuned in regularly with the guides Deb worked with and my higher self. Now, if you're not familiar with your higher self or those terms, Google it. If you find yourself thinking, oh, here we go, another love and light story, well, think again. A good video to watch is Mark Passio's video titled New Age Bullshit and the Suppression of the Sacred Masculine. So what was different here? Deb introduced me to the notion that the matrix is energetic and that people are being interfered with energetically. A friend of hers, a well-known scientist, described experiments where renowned active travelers were thwarted when enclosed in the Faraday cage. Wi-Fi, microwave, cell phone radiations, and others all interfere with our electromagnetic capabilities, like radar jamming, but this time on humans. Why is this important? Prior to Deb communicating with her guide or higher self, she would clear her field, and we're going to do this a little later on. I liken this to having a sphere around you, and you being in the center of that sphere. I use this analogy when describing the concept of free will. Each individual has the same sphere around them, and is free to expand that sphere in size until it interacts with another. Upon which time, at that point, the interaction must either be by mutual consent or by force. Now I ask you, what form of interaction have you been experiencing over the past number of years? Deb's clearing the field was vital before even attempting to communicate with others telepathically. Without this, there is a high probability that one would tap into a recorded etheric message from a three-letter agency. And again, another reminder, any of those present, leave. It only takes one or two words to be switched or changed, and the message is completely different. In our daily sessions of tuning in, Deb was able to share with me what my higher self was trying to communicate with me. But couldn't. Absence. Oh.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thanks for bearing with me in my adjustments.
Okay, I'll carry on. Okay, so let me take one. Yeah.
We should always keep ourselves limber. Do some basic exercises. Keep ourselves fair, rare shape.
But this was not therapy, lying on the couch and talking about it. The guidance Deb brought through was to the point and often raised much emotion. I became grateful for this emotion coming up and transmuted the energetic charge around it. As an example, I have not celebrated my birthday without feeling the pain of my mother's passing, which was on the same day as my 7th birthday party. With Deb communicating with my higher self, we identify the root of the wounding that manifests in different instances. It wasn't as simple as joining the dots of my mother's passing in my birthday celebrations. Rather, the emotional pain was like a computer program that would run every time it was triggered by different trigger points. So it wasn't just a birthday that triggered this. What Deb did help me experience was deleting programs that were no longer serving me. Since then, I've celebrated my birthday for about a month. And I loved it. So it was during my time in Mount Shasta that I began to see the system more like the matrix. Deb was continually talking about a unified field, a concept that really only made sense once Deb's scientist friend again quoted Einstein as saying, "The field is the only reality." It was like a domino fell to me. I stopped writing notices when I saw they would not change the unified field that created them. Change the field and change your reality. Some call this field the mass consciousness. And I'll come back to that a little later on. Dr. Emoto from Japan showed how water from the same source was affected by our intent. Water with fear, hate, jealousy, etc. projected upon it produced a deformed ice crystal when snapped frozen. Water with love, happiness, compassion, etc. projected upon it a near perfect ice crystal, or like a snowflake. So here's the important part. Humans are supposed to be around 70% water. What is the label stuck on your thought of reading? Is it one reading fear and survival? Or is it reading happiness and prosperity? And what an effect this will have just on your physical body alone? Is the mass consciousness manipulated by the media, schools, government to be in a constant state of fear or violence? Take a look at a newspaper or the nightly news and see what the vibe is that they're putting in. Deb refers to this as part of the designed assault against humanity's awakening. In addition to a matrix designed to suppress us, we carry years of emotional damage with no real idea we even carry it. My time with Deb since meeting her in Manchester and getting married soon after was focused on shedding the programs running within my own body, the emotional wound and reconnecting with my heart, coming back into alignment with my own self-love, which has been missing or hiding for many years. If it's true that we create our own reality, and the media is used to keep us in a state of fear, then what reality are we creating? The current one? And to close this newsletter, I said, stay tuned to learn how we can find out more about creating our reality instead of someone else's. And so that brings us to Project Bumblebee, GCR, and that's where we are here. So we will talk about the unified field.
Okay, was that awesome? And now, I would imagine that you may understand why I asked him to read that. Because this man, when he showed up in Mount Shasta, as I said, was you weren't even in touch with your heart.
I was operating logically and process driven. It was as if. But the importance here of reconnecting and coming back into balance is really that aspect of tapping into the full potential of who we are as human beings and what we can really do.
I dipped into the wrong
That's hindered because
shade of red. Got two shades of red going on.
Ego running itself.
A Galler, Rowney,
projecting their own baggage, their own
cadmium red light hue, and a
government agenda that wants to do something different than benefit the people. We won't go there, but
M. Graham and Company, not Salt Red.
That also is a big part of it, is coming to terms with what's not did touch upon in regards to the
Hence the two shades.
Coming to terms with that, and not from a place of contradiction. Coming to terms with that, in addition to the external
Back to it.
Scott mentioned about interference and about clearing.
It's still in movie mode.
Years of me
Not what I wanted.
And infiltration, and it affected my life in illogical ways, and it had to do with money and relationships, friends, business projects. And to go from being an award-winning producer to moving into a place of nothing working, not, it engages.
Oh, why is it still in movie mode?
Thought process that finally something else is going on here, but this can't just be me. And through the telepathic communication, I was able to receive information in the moment from my guide saying, you're being tracked, clear your field, you're being tracked, shut down that communication, clear your field, cloak the field, etc. And it's with that telepathic communication that I've been able to now support our relationship, as well as people who are willing to engage proactively with clearing their field using the tools that I now have created, and seeing the results and the evidence of what actually can occur when you engage in clearing the field on a regular basis. Okay, so I know it was about 15-20 minutes now.
Okay, looks like we're good. Figured out.
Yes.
We look at mass consciousness and we look at the media and really what they're doing. A lot of us or don't even believe it.
Photos.
Take
a photo every 60 seconds. So I get the angle right.
On a day-to-day basis,
In a little while, I guess I'll.
By the government, by the media, to create a reality.
That's that.
What's going on in the world at the moment?
It's a mess.
I'm at the co-op. I'm going to go to the
What
co-op.
we're here with the situation
Co-op.
specifically with regard to the global currency reset and revaluation of currency is we have a situation where a lot of us are waiting. We're being told on the news by various websites and
Intel providers.
that it's coming, it's happening, it's happening. And what that's doing is it's resulting in a lot of folks sitting back and waiting. Now, if you look at the energy of actually waiting, you could like it to like the energy of wanting something. When you say you want something, do you actually have it? No, because you want it. It's not yours yet. So if we look at this as a complete energetic field, what we're looking at doing is creating a unified field where all of us share the same understanding, same intentions, where we're not holding the energy of waiting, or wanting, or wishing, or hoping. All of those are saying that we don't have it. It doesn't exist. What we want to experience here is the energy of it actually having been done and it happened. And then experience that in your own body and embody it. And your body will actually radiate that out.
So I can jump in here. One of the things, if any of you, or if you follow TNT through his calls with DC, just a few days ago, just a few days ago, there was a gentleman who came on and he asked permission to do 10 seconds of, he said, thoughts engage our reality. I don't even remember, but he did bring into the conversation about thoughts and that changing our reality, ask for 10 seconds and ask people to engage with the thought of what they're going to do when they hear that this is happening. So we were high-fiving when we heard him say this, because we're like, okay, there's people that are now stepping up and to engage with this, and this is where we're at, because we're in another window right now.
Engage reality.
We have
Remember that.
seen a lot
It's
of
the truth.
in the last
It's how everything is
we
functioning
still have that finish line
in this plane of existence.
moving us and moving forward. And if you know what I'm talking about, please engage in the IM chat and say yes, or I can't see it from here, but just say yes, I know what you're talking about. And if you're ready to make a change, then make that choice right now, because you are at choice point, humanity is at choice point. And so as we engage right now from this moment forward with a new energetic and electromagnetic energy of claiming this, anchoring it, and activating it. And this is just the beginning. This is why we're doing a shorter version of our first show, so that you just to whet your appetite and to engage you with homework. Thumbs up, awesome. To engage you proactively with the anchoring of this reality. Now, we said we have seen evidence in our life, and if anybody has been tracking me, I've been silent almost for the last year. I've been working privately with clients and students who have the Iron Awakening Academy. We actually paused back in June. We've been in Australia for almost 6 months, and have been working behind the scenes, working very diligently every day, clearing the field, activating this unified field, specifically with our guides. So there is a direct connection of as above, so below. This team of guides that are working with us are very powerfully holding this energy with the other dimension. And they're saying, it's ready, it's ready, it's ready. Think it over the finish line. So this is why we're now coming out to actually engage you, so that we move this out of the frequency and vibration of wish, want, and hope.
And what this really is again an acknowledgement to you as well as viewers that
the energy of and have.
You create reality.
Yeah.
We create our reality.
Whose reality are you creating?
Our reality is a creation of our own invention. If you or I are having a hard time, it's because we need that experience.
Your field and what you're doing. And it's the only muck that we've got from how many years of living in this world of emotional trauma and wounds and
challenges and
all
things.
those challenges for you.
Yeah, and things that we definitely will get into and talk about. Because living in the and being in an existence of what we've been experiencing, I liken it to if you are in an abusive relationship. That's what's been going on in this matrix. It's like if you're in a relationship, again, this is not about being a victim, it's about awareness so that you can exit, you can create the exit strategy out of that reality and matrix, which we also refer to as the deception reality, and move, transition and transcend to this new earth reality. And we're here to guide you and coach you and create a team, basically, who is ready to roll up your sleeves, do the work individually, so that the external evidence will show up in your life like this. And we're here to tell you we have the evidence showing up in our lives, which is why we finally feel comfortable coming out and saying, okay, let's do this.
Let's add some extra energy from everyone coming together and unifying with the global cancer reset being done.
And that's just the beginning. Once we get, and here's the thing, is the people that are aware, you guys that are aware of this reset, are basically what our guides are referring to as the first leaders. You guys are aware of the possibilities now, the changes, and you know it's probably not going to be on the nightly news until there's enough time and it's gotten through and the grounding of it, and etc. But the other thing too is that I also want to bring in here is that we're working with science, we're working with energetics. This creating reality also is the electromagnetic energy of your heart's desires. So it's when you are in fear, survival, and hope, wait, wish, etc., you're not engaging your heart's desires in a powerful way. If this makes sense to you, please say in the I am chat, yes, this makes sense. So what we're asking you to do also, as we give you the homework here, so we're moving to clearing the field and activating the field, is for you to engage proactively, engage with your friends, engage with your family who are at disbelief at this point, right? And you become the leader at this point and engage them in, okay, look, if you really want this, I'm asking you to engage with your heart's desires and stand with me to create this reality. Because what we're doing is we're taking a stand. And it's 10 o'clock. We are not at the effect of we're not at the effect of the hidden hand. We are powerful creator beings. We are engaging our heart's desires. We are claiming this reality. We are stepping into I am our warrior. Enough is enough, and we and our heart's desires choose a different reality. Boy, now.
Okay.
Okay.
How about we clearing?
Yeah.
And again, this is only participate in this if it is your free will choice to do so. If you choose that this is not for you, then simply sit there and express that this is not for you and within your own self. Otherwise, participate, and we're going to bring all of our energies together and unify, and we're going to eject any energies or entities that are not here for our highest good.
So, what, in addition to what Scott's saying in regards to free will, two things about that. What we have discovered, what I discovered with this interference, is that if you are not sitting in the phone of your I am presence, if you're not activated in that energy field, what has occurred in this deception reality matrix a lot of time is that our free will has been abrogated. Now, Scott was aware of this in all of the banking and the document and all of the different things. You definitely go watch his documentary, which is about the amazing beautiful star. That was the catalyst. But the key thing is that our free will, and again, it's not about being a victim, our free will has been abrogated. And now it's time for us to actually engage proactively with our free will. about to share with you, you'll hear that we're calling in the higher self, we're calling in divine highest good. And again, what Scott was saying is if there's something that doesn't resonate with you, just simply say, okay, if this isn't in my highest good, I'm not engaging. So since many of you probably haven't heard what we do and how we do this, just to give you a little heads up, it is about engaging with the highest good and also your higher self. And to take responsibility for your free will. All right, now, when I get into the activation, because I've done this many times, I've done this a fair amount of times in a video, in webinars, where we've had me and whatnot. And when I was doing the show, Wake Up just happened a couple years ago, and when I would do an activation, I never do it on video. Two reasons. One is, when I bring this energy through, when nothing is really fast, it's family to never look in the mirror to see, but I don't like it to be a distraction. So I'm probably going to ask him to, what we'll do on the recorded part of this, we'll put up a picture, okay? We're going to cover the camera as we ask you to close your eyes and to engage with this part of it. And then when we do the edited version, we're probably going to put up a picture of like St. Germain. Okay. Fabulous. All right. So if you're seeing the picture right now and it's white, it's because we just covered the camera. So we're asking for you to engage with the homework of looking at two things: being a conscious, objective observer of your experience, and being honest with yourself about how you've been engaging. You've been engaging with hope, wish, want, etc. We're asking you to catch yourself. And when you do, that you actually shift your vibration and you go, no. And you shift it into I am claiming reality that this is done. It is in alignment with my heart's desires, and this is what I choose from my free will and in my honor presence. Now, you don't need to say those exact words, but you kind of get the gist of it. Okay? The other thing is, if you have friends and family that are also involved in this constant reset, and we've lost hope, the other part of the thing that we're asking you to do is step into your leadership and to engage them, or re-engage them, and tell them what you've just been experiencing, and that you are asking them to stand with you and to unify in this field the belief that this is a reality. The reality can only be created. It's a three-step energetics. It's a possibility, then it's a probability, and then it moves into reality. Tomorrow, we're going to get more into the energetics of creating reality and share some of the evidence of what we've been experiencing, especially in the last 2 months in our lives. All right, do you want to begin with the reading for the hearing?
Yep. Okay. So if you're feeling comfortable, you're not driving, hopefully, find yourself in a comfortable position and close your eyes. And what I'd like to focus on is just feeling the real you, your I am presence. This is your inner beingness. You become centered. You might want to take a couple of deep breaths to do this. And what we're going to do from this place, as we all start to link up and unify, as we come together for this project, is that we're going to command from that space that any energy or entity that is not in alignment with our highest good, that is not in alignment with this global currency reset, being done.
In addition, we are also, again, as we call forth Archangel Michael and our higher self, we are commanding that any energies that are not in alignment with Mother Earth's ascension or with any of the awakening journey that you are choosing. If there are any projections, any energies from other people outside and externally from your field, any charms, any spells, any incantations, any black magic, any programs, any deep beliefs, and disbeliefs that are not in alignment with their highest good and that are not in alignment with the chosen reality of the frequency reset. Any energies that are coming from implants or any other aspects of abrogation of free will, ceremony, ritual, we are commanding.
We are commanding that those energies leave our field at once. We offer two possibilities. Either those energies leave on their own accord, or should they choose to remain in our field, that because we own and claim our own field, that those energies are staying there against our own free will, and therefore we command that they
So I'm adding a slight bit of yellow
manifest and cease to exist in our field.
This
To
is
the
in
lighter
all
red.
time-space continuums, all dimensions. This is to include when we have been in time, out of time, in our I am presence, and out of our I am presence. We are now closing all and any potential loopholes. And as we align with Prime Creator and Source, whatever that means for you, that we are claiming this to be so. You take a couple of deep breaths and allow even the energies that are potentially around you that are not serving your highest good to clear, transmute. As we have called forth Archangel Michael, as well as Saint Germain, Metatron, Peace Deck, Ashtar, and the team that we work with, they are already here surrounding this field. And so as we now come into alignment with
This woman is channeling.
allow yourself to be present with your heart's desires. Allow yourself to believe, perhaps in ways that you haven't for quite some time. Allow yourself to come into alignment with that which you choose as the reality detail on the other side of this reset. Bringing those aspects, the relationships, the way that you are going to and you are stewarding the financial abundance, stewarding the reset abundance. And as you also are in this space of coming into your heart's desires and even calibrating with your own self-love, that you bring forth any of the days, weeks, months, years, potentially, of being on the roller coaster, on the heartache.
I use linseed oil.
The challenges that you have heard.
Do stuff from the hardware store.
Just for this moment, bringing forth, for this first pass of clearing those energies out of your field. Clearing that muck out of your field. And the only way to do it, just as the saying goes, as above, so below, and what goes up must come down. We also must clear out of our field that which has been a heartache, disempowering energies, allowing anything that has contributed to the challenges, especially financially,
Or spine straight.
to your reality being of survival, potential fear, and not thriving in a way that you know you can, and not thriving perhaps in a way that you or your heart desires. So as you call that forth and allow that to come forth, engage with the releasing of it. You're going to begin with the activating to clear that energy first. And the first focus is with your heart chakra. So as this energy comes forward, again, you are engaging.
Excuse me.
Your higher self is in your highest divine good.
Thank you for all those
But
uses.
now
Bless
you're
you.
asking for the assistance to clear
Excuse me again.
energies that are no longer serving you at this time. So that your heart's desires can come to the forefront of your experience and your electromagnetic energy. Self-love being brought into thoughts in your beingness. Working with the violet flame, transmuting the energies, leaving behind, like you're shedding a winter coat, the heartache, the disappointment, the challenges,
So now, I'm adding brown to the dark red. I'm adding dark red to the brown.
Allow everything to gracefully and easily slip behind.
And to get a deeper hue.
Feel your field of love self coming back into alignment. Well, like an old friend, picking up the phone,
Here.
you haven't spoken to in maybe 10 years, but you slipped right back into the conversation. Allow that self-love to engage like this old friend. If you can hear Scott Browning, he's clearing the field. It's a very, very powerful energy of transmuting. Activating your codes. I am love. I am light. I am grateful for the releasing of all that is not serving me in my highest good. I'll be gratefully, easily, preparing me to give the new reality. I am that. I am the I am love. Anything that's not calibrating to the vibration of my love. I'll be doing the transmute, into his highs and great center, clear out of the field. I'll be doing as I choose to engage with my heart desires. As a creator being of my reality. Heart expansion. Beginning stages of this new reality come into alignment. Disengaging from the old realities, leaving time, the energy in the matrix, the deception, the hope, the wish, the want, engaging with the claim, the anchoring, and the activating. Bringing into focus that which you choose. First step might even be an easy exchange process. Everything being explained. The honesty. The reality as a unified field. The exchange process being honest. Full of integrity. Exciting, joyful. Claiming it now. Feelings of the joy, the elation of being able to engage with the list of things that you have created as your new reality. The phone calls, the paying it forward, the gifting, the purchasing, whether it's a house, car, the heart's desires, engaging with humanity, yourself, self-love, engaging. Okay, now as you are, you may potentially be experiencing from that energy tingling, vibrating, emotion. My eyes are still closed, and I'm holding this field. We are holding this field with you. The reason we're doing this at the end is because it is common to actually feel the energy, feel the shifts, and then to I'm just going to bring the energy down. To then take 45 minutes to an hour to be in stillness, if you can, to allow for the integration, to allow for shifts, the transformations. And if you, as I was bringing forth the information I am, and the I this, I that, know that this is your higher, this is for your higher self. It is you engaging with your experience. Okay. We are in this together. And the most important relationship is a loving relationship with yourself. And in order to engage with creating your reality, it is of utmost importance for you to engage with that loving self and with your heart's desires. And the cool thing is, we get to do it together now, collectively, to engage with this unified field and with the beingness and the intention of expanding, claiming, anchoring, and activating this reality. Okay, the next show, we're going to engage
Same time tomorrow.
live, and we do this and continue to go forth the anchoring of this reality. And we together, collectively,
Make it fun. Yes. And if you've got any friends that you feel would be aligned with what we're doing, please invite them along. Look forward to seeing you sometime tomorrow.
namaste.
See you later.
Namaste. We love you.
Okay, so that was interesting. I've never listened to that crew before. I'm about, excuse me, ready to take a break. Just going to fill in that little bit of space. Good work. So our words, our thoughts, and our actions create the reality that we live in. We should be mindful of our words, our thoughts, our feelings. Everyone out there, feel free to create your asses off. Whatever you can, mindfully think, feel, and express joy, love, harmony, compassion. And I know that I too am imperfect and I have my explosive reactions. And I go into serious meditative reflux afterwards. To undo those negative energies that I may have projected. Off you go. 34 photos, 34 minutes. Unplug you, and you. You're good too. Thank you all for watching. I've had fun. See you on the next round of live painting with Erik. Let's give you a good little shot of what we've got so far. And mind you, this is in reverse. Yeah, it's in reverse. In the beginning of the next one, I'll do that too. Good day. See you next time.